Hey there everybody, obviously you're surviving the Greater Depression, and if you are, keep surviving, keep doing it. Keep stocking up on food, get that stuff before the prices go crazy. Now people, if you've been watching the news at all, well you know about this whole debt ceiling theater debacle that was put on by your United States Congress. Well, it resulted in a debt or credit downgrade for the United States government, which sent the stock markets into a tizzy. Nobody really knows what to do. Everybody rushing into gold, and gold got a big lift. Why do people rush into gold and to a lesser degree silver when they get panicky? Well, because gold and silver have been used as money for centuries, perhaps thousands of years. Gold and silver used as a medium of exchange. That's what money is. Money is a medium of exchange. Gold and silver used to be used in coins as that exchange. So we'd have these coins in the United States made of silver and of gold that people would actually exchange for goods and services. But that money, that silver and gold, well, it had intrinsic value. Well, the intrinsic value of silver and gold are taken very seriously as money. When paper instruments such as treasuries and stocks and mortgage-backed securities, when those look unstable, well, traders rush into gold and silver for stability. But you've got to understand, this whole notion of money, a medium of exchange, it's largely psychological. Money is an idea. It's going to be currency, these coins, and now the paper dollars, our Federal Reserve notes, the fiat currency, well, those are going to be physical, tangible, but the fact that we pay those and accept those as a medium of exchange, it's just an idea. Our Federal Reserve note, based on an idea, psychological. We accept it because it's legal tender. Well, the government telling you have to accept it. By threat of violence, maybe. Legal tender. But that is an idea. Legislation is an idea. The fact that silver and gold have all these values, much of it is just going to be an idea. Some of it's going to be industrial use. With silver, many industrial uses nowadays. Going to be using that stuff in mirrors, for medicinal purposes, for health purposes, in all these fabulous electronics that you love. And the military, they use silver in missiles. Got to have that stuff. Gold is going to have those uses in electronics, but not used as much. So gold is going to be seen more as money. Think about it. What do people use gold for? For jewelry, for coins, and then for very ornate statues and decor, and then for those bars that are then put in vaults just to stay there, a storage of wealth. It's an idea. Keep that in mind when you're doing any of your investing or when you're putting any of your value in money and these monetary assets. Money is just an idea. I'm going to see something very interesting recently when I'm looking at maxkeiser.com. Max Keiser is one of these international economic experts, going to have a lot of pertinent information. So I check out his site, and you have to understand that Max Keiser loves gold, loves silver, and he loves Bitcoin. Now we've already talked about gold and silver, and you've got to understand Max Keiser, well, he's going to be the self-proclaimed leader of this silver Liberation Army, encouraging people to buy silver so they can crash JP Morgan. He's going to say JP Morgan is short silver. They don't have the silver that they promised they can deliver. And that if we take physical delivery, if we buy up enough silver in the market, that is going to make it really hard for JP Morgan to buy silver at a decent enough price that won't drive them out of business with them trying to cover their short positions in silver. But not just silver does Max Keiser love. He loves this Bitcoin. Now, I can't go into a long discussion about Bitcoin. You can just look it up yourself. Bitcoin. In short, Bitcoin is a virtual currency. Think of Bitcoin as Zynga dollars with better encryption. You know the Zynga dollars? The stuff that you mugs are playing and working for on Zynga Poker, Farmville, Mafia Wars. I mean, you guys are growing carrots and blowing away people so you can earn these Zynga dollars. Well, think of Bitcoin like Zynga dollars, but there's a lot more encryption. It's supposed to be so safe and so anonymous. With this whole Bitcoin thing, we're going to have something that really seems similar to it with this equal money system. Equal money system. Now, I'd never heard of this equal money system until I'm logging on to maxkeiser.com. And he's got a video there. I believe it's posted by a young woman by the name of Lindsay Carver. And she loves this equal money system. So I've got to look up this system because it sounds very pie in the sky, kind of hippy-dippy, but it's going to be one of these, hey, everybody's equal, let's just get rid of this junk system and go with something new and pure. So I've got to go to equalmoney.org, I believe it is. And so why an equal money system? What we suggest is to have a platform established that will allow for human beings to take a break from the madness. This can be done through establishing an equal money system, whereby every human being on earth will have a right to an equal, unconditional income from birth to death. Okay? So this equal money system will allow for every human being on earth to have a right to an equal, unconditional income from birth to death. So on their website, Equal Money has to answer the question, isn't equal money just another name for communism? They're going to say, well, you might see it that way, but it's really just this all for one, one for all. The equal money system is based upon the principle of Jesus as do unto another as you would like to be done unto yourself. I mean, it's almost religion. It's based on Jesus and all this equality and oneness. The equal money system. It's not communism though, people. It's just, well, you'll have a right to an equal, unconditional income from birth to death. Okay. But how can you make sure that the basic facilities are actually provided for everyone? I mean, just providing our needs from birth to death? Well, this will be done through a system of conscription, where everyone who finishes school will do 4 years of mandatory labor. So the equal money system says you have to put in 4 years of mandatory labor. Mandatory labor. It will only cost you 4 years of labor and you get your labor money. So all you have to do is go to a work camp for 4 years and then you've got food and shelter for life. But the extra stuff, like TVs and cars, well, you have to put in extra labor for that. Yeah. Equal money system. What will equal money look like? How will it work? Most practical would be to have all the money be digital. Digital money. Kind of like Bitcoin. That's going to require digital payment technology, just like we have at every shop and warehouse now. As to what kind of chips we should use for this digital money system, as to what kind of chips, we could either go for a chip on a credit card or an implanted microchip in the skin, whichever works best. A microchip has the advantage one will not lose it, which is preferable because you're going to need that chip for everything. That's what equal money is asking for. And so the best solution to running this equal money system, the best solution that we're seeing here is to have an administration, not a government. An administration. Why would you think government when I say administration? What government? Just an administration. The G word is just a dirty word. Put it with the N word. Nabisco? Okay. The best solution that we're seeing here is to have an administration, not a government, to oversee the working of the system. Yes, we're expressly suggesting the system should be largely automated so as to diminish any opportunities for abuse. Just an automated computer system running our digital currency system, and everything has to do with our equal money system implanted chip. You gotta love it. You've gotta love it, people. So that's what's going on with the equal money system. So when you go to their site, the equalmoney.org, well, these ones are going to have, a bunch of articles. And one of these is going to be a microchip solution for human honesty. This is going to be an interview with a guy named Bernard Poolman. Bernard Poolman. Now, Bernard Poolman is the leader of Desteni. Desteni is a cult dedicated to a pyramid scheme. It would be much like Amway meets the Catholic Church. Desteni. Bernard Poolman, the leader of Desteni. And so Desteni and Bernard Poolman, big time into this microchipping. That's why this article is called A Microchip Solution for Human Honesty. So Bernard Poolman is going to talk about how great it is that you can have people come together for a single cause, just like equal money. Bernard Poolman's going to say that the Germans coming together in Nazi Germany, he's going to think that's so great because all these people came together on one principle. He's going to say that means that the German race itself has a better future possible. The Germans have a better possible future because of their ability to unite as they did back in the Nazi regime. That's what Bernard Poolman, the leader of Desteni, a pyramid scheme and cult, that's what he's going to say. So he's going to say here, Bernard Poolman, obviously it's never been seen as such a positive message that is behind Hitler. But if one really go and have a look at what he was standing for, he was standing for a better life for his people. Now people, Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't have said that better. That's like from the Pope's mouth straight to your ears. Bernard Poolman, equal money system, the Bitcoin with an embedded chip, they loved this Hitler stuff because he just wanted a better life for his people. And he's going to talk about, this Bernard Poolman going to talk about how great it is to have this microchip embedded because of this parent-child stuff. If your kid ever gets kidnapped, we can just find them via satellite. This is where it gets very interesting with Bernard Poolman because he's really going to show you where he's going with this chip stuff. Many of you already know, but he's going to actually articulate it and promote it. Get this, with your microchip, your equal money system, Bitcoin on a microchip, Max Keiser, you love it? Bernard Poolman, leader of Desteni. The whole point of the microchip being a number 666, or the mark of the beast, I mean, every single human being in this world is already bearing the mark of the beast. If you have a bank account, that equals you have the mark of the beast. If you buy a product, you are participating in the mark of the beast. If you have money in your pocket, you have the mark of the beast. Anything that you're doing now, having an electricity account, having a telephone, having a cell phone, having water accounts, all of that is the mark of the beast. You have it already. Bernard Poolman. So, you can just as well now go to a more effective mark of the beast. Being a microchip. The microchip is a more effective mark of the beast, according to Bernard Poolman, the leader of Desteni. You've got to understand, people, when I talk about this microchip that Bernard Poolman wants, this microchip that the equal money system has to have. They want a chip embedded under the skin so it can run all your financial transactions. That's what the equal money system wants. You're going to think that's far-fetched, but it really isn't. Look no further than Silicon Valley. Look no further than Singularity University. Singularity University, people. Singularity University is in Moffett Field, California, on the campus of the NASA Ames Research Park. NASA. That's the government, people, United States government. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. Singularity University is a university founded in September of 2008. It's relatively young. It's going to be founded by Dr. Peter Diamandis and Ray Kurzweil. Dr. Ray Kurzweil. He's an author. I'm going to get into his background here in a bit because it's mainly Ray Kurzweil's vision here. So, what is the mission of Singularity University? This is from singularityu.org. Singularity University aims to assemble, educate, and inspire a cadre of leaders who strive to understand and facilitate the development of exponentially advancing technologies and apply, focus, and guide these tools to address humanity's grand challenges. So, very high-end stuff. These guys are into this high-tech stuff. but they're looking to inspire a cadre of leaders. These people are looking for the next generation of CEOs, university deans and presidents, and government leaders. This cadre of leaders, that's what they're looking for. Singularity University says we are looking for internationalists. Looking for internationalists. Now people, you got to understand, with this Singularity University derives its name from Dr. Ray Kurzweil's book, The Singularity is Near. The term singularity has been used to refer to a future time of rapid and accelerating development of various sciences and technologies, including biotechnology, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, robotics, and genetics. All this high-end stuff. The corporate founders of Singularity University include Google, ePlanet Ventures, Autodesk, the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation, Nokia, and Cisco Systems. Yeah, people, they're going to have partnerships with Washington State University, the University of Georgia, the Ramon Foundation of Israel, a school from Guatemala, all over the place. And it's on the NASA Ames Research Park grounds, Moffett Field, California. NASA and Singularity University. Big time high-tech stuff. Okay? So people, got to talk a little bit here about this Singularity. So I'm going to go to Time Magazine, February 10th, 2011. The article is 2045, the year man becomes immortal. Going to be talking about Ray Kurzweil. Okay? And so the word singularity is borrowed from astrophysics. It refers to a point in space-time at which the rules of ordinary physics do not apply. That's the singularity. That's what Ray Kurzweil is going for. He sees a point in time where all this computers and artificial intelligence is going to surpass human intelligence. And at that point, Ray Kurzweil, he's going to see this merging of man and machine. But that's going to take place when the machines, the computers, are in their estimation smarter, better than us. So when man's creation exceeds man, well, that's when man wants to merge with it. So man can have his master embedded inside him in a chip, in an embeddable chip. The easy money system, but this is going to control a lot more than your money. Going to control everything about your life. These mugs want to hardwire into your brain stem like in the Matrix. Even the graphic they show in this Time Magazine article has a plug going into the back of the neck, just like in the Matrix. That's what they're going for. It's going to sound far-fetched, but if it's so far-fetched, why is NASA and Google and all these corporate founding partners, why are they giving all this money and science to Ray Kurzweil to make this vision come true? Okay? So Ray Kurzweil says this. Well, this is what he sees according to this Time Magazine article. We will successfully reverse engineer the human brain by the mid-2020s. By the end of that decade, computers will be capable of human-level intelligence. Kurzweil puts the date of the singularity at 2045. And that's when they want to merge with computers. This is going to be Singularity University and the Singularity Institute for Artificial Intelligence in San Francisco, dedicated to all this. Dedicated to it. And when I talk about all this high-end stuff, I've got to bring it back down to gold and silver versus Bitcoin. Because that's where you're going to see all this high-tech science stuff with Bitcoin. Just the future of currency. That's where Max Keiser is hedging his bets. Bitcoin, the ultimate fiat currency based on nothing but just digital existence, versus gold and silver, real hard stuff in this existence. And so, this is how Max Keiser is going to hedge his bets. Max Keiser controlling the dialogue of Bitcoin versus gold. Two opposite ends of the spectrum, but Max Keiser is going to cheerlead for both of them. But he's going to show his hand by giving love to this equal money system, which is a new world order global control system in which they want an embeddable chip so that then you can have Bitcoin on this embeddable chip either on your wrist as the 666 number of the beast, according to Bernard Poolman of Desteni, or jacked in to the back of your neck like you see in The Matrix and Time magazine. People, you've got to get hip to this stuff. Quit being played and get to know the system. I know a lot of this information is high end, but you can handle it. Start handling the truth. When you look to people like Alex Jones and Max Keiser to lead you, that is a big mistake. Take the rational information they have and then analyze what they say. Do your homework. Max Keiser has shown his hand. He just wants the golden Bitcoin.